Okay, we got it. You're good. Thanks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our annual Senior Showcase concert held in our familiar place, the West Lyon Junior High Gymnasium.
Tonight will look and sound a little bit different than what the last 50 years at West Lyon have looked and sounded like.
Due to the virus that is sweeping the country and the restrictions bestowed upon us, there will be no music tonight, no applause, and unfortunately, no students or audience members.
Regardless, together, Mr. Bolton and I wanted to make sure we had something special out here this evening for all of our students.
Tonight, we will be going through our program's highlights for the year, letter award winners, past and present, distribution of senior awards, and we will honor each of our phenomenal 9 members of the class of 2020.
And we would like to thank all of you for joining us. Let's get started with our letter award winners.
To receive a music letter at West Lyon, one must accrue 12 total points combined. Points are distributed based on the number of music activities that you were involved in.
We have had several students currently that have already earned their letter over the years of experience. We have one sophomore who earned their letter last year, and that was Katrina Lombard.
We have 12 juniors that have previously earned their letter. They are, in no particular order, Mr. John Beek, Miss Alyssa Barron-Scott, Mr. Gabe Carolyn, Mr. Dalton Faber, Mr. Isaac Knobloch, Mr. Talon Knobloch, Miss Jenna Luthold, Miss Isabel Metzger, Mr. Kirk Moser, Mr. Noah Rindenberger, Miss Raylan Vandekamp, and Miss Julia Bruggeman.
All 9 of our current seniors have earned their letter already, and you will hear more about them later on in the program.
Earning 12 points in 1 year is a very tough task to accomplish. One must be in most of the ensembles offered here at West Lyon and audition for both honor band groups and All-State. One of our freshmen did accomplish this feat this year. Please join me in congratulating our lone freshman earning their letter, Mr. Bradley Balster.
We also have 8 sophomores that are earning their letter for the very first time this evening. They are Miss Hadley Dake, Miss Taylor Warner, Miss Hannah Heiser, Miss Ella Verstay, Miss Amy Hogenor, Mr. Landon Vegas, Mr. Corey Hildring, and Mr. Aaron Maynard. Congratulations to all of our sophomore letter winners.
We have 7 juniors who are earning their music letter for the very first time this evening. They are Miss Stormy Jansma, Mr. Grant Hugendorn, Miss Ambria Knobloch, Miss Avery Lenz, Miss Taylor Renschler, Mr. Brady Anderson, and Miss Jamie Mosier. Congratulations to all of our junior letter winners and all of our letter winners throughout the program. You can see these letters right in front of me on this table as the camera would pan back and forth. Those letters will be available to pick up when the school is open for all students and parents to come and grab their materials the 3rd week of May. Please just come to the band room and I will provide you with your letter. Finally, having to do with our letter and the points, we have very special awards entitled the Senior Music Merit Awards. To earn a Senior Merit Award, one must accrue 34 points throughout their career here at West Lyon. 2 of our seniors easily earned and passed this 34-point mark, earning 56 points during her time at West Lyon, Lydia Lee, and earning 55 points during her time at West Lyon, Lindsay Funky. Both of these members were involved in both band and choir throughout all 4 years of their high school career. You'll hear more about them later, but they are earning our Senior Merit Awards.
All right, moving on. Mr. Bolton, I would like to give a quick summary of how our year has gone in each of our respective programs. So to start with the choir program. The West Lyon Choral Program has seen some wonderful growth in the 2019-2020 school year. We started the year off with the fall musical, The Addams Family, which was a huge success, extremely well attended, and it was definitely a favorite of all of the students. It's certainly a show that I will remember for a very long time. This was followed by our Christmas concert in December, where the students got to learn some ASL and got to express themselves through a different medium that they normally would not get to express through. Then we moved to the spring, the Encore and Pops concert that was completed not long before the world kind of flipped on its head. It was a fabulous night. Students gave many rousing performances, and it was a wonderful way, not knowing then, but knowing now, to kind of cap our year. In the fall, several students in the junior high attended the junior high Northwest Iowa Honor Choir. Got to learn some really fun music for that event. As well, in January, several high school students traveled to Stewart University to participate in the high school Northwest Iowa Honor Choir and got to work with internationally renowned composer Dr. Eric Barnum. The Wildcat Jazz Choir also had a very successful season, even though it was cut a little bit short. Early on in our season, Katrina Lombard and Grant Hogendorf received Outstanding Soloist Award from the ILCC Jazz Choir Clinic in January. The Jazz Choir received straight 1 division ratings at the IHSMA State Jazz Choir Festival for the first time in the group's existence. The group received 2nd place in Class 2A at the Shake the Lake Show and Jazz Choir Competition in Spirit Lake, also taking home the Capstone Award for Best Combo in all classes 1A through 4A. The Jazz Choir received 5th place at the 2A Emmitsburg Extravaganza Show and Jazz Choir Competition in Emmitsburg earlier in March, and this is their first time competing at both of these festivals. And if the world had not been turned upside down, they would have planned to compete at the USC Jazz Fest back at the end of March. Before we let out for the year, students have been preparing for solo ensemble contests, large group contests, as well as the junior high musical. Before we head to say this, and I want to say what a great job all the kids were doing. There was so much wonderful music being made that was unfortunately cut short, but they were doing some amazing things at the end of this school year. I saw so much growth in all of the students in the choral program this year, and I cannot wait to see the growth that will continue when we come back together this fall.
Moving on to update you about our band program this year, give you a quick summary. The day was August 5th. It was 80 degrees and sunny. 91 smiling, sunburnt faces walk into the band room for the very first day of the 2019-20 school year. That seems like forever ago, to be honest, but there isn't a day that goes by that I wouldn't like to jump back to that day and relive this entire year over. Our marching show this year was entitled Rise. You are not alone, and man, did this band rise and bring people around them to rise up as well. The marching band went on to win 4 of the 5 contests they competed in, including making the Festival of Bands Finals for the 3rd consecutive year and climbing all the way up to 5th place in those finals. Another huge highlight for the band was being crowned Grand Overall Champion at the Dutchman Field Championships, where they bested 29 other bands of all school sizes. On October 14th, we started our trek down the road of our symphonic band season. It was very evident early that this band had what it took to become extremely good, and they set a goal for themselves to qualify as the IBA band, which would mean that they were given the honor of being the top band in Class 2A for the entire year. This group worked like crazy to earn that title, and on January 25th, they found out that they did. It was the first time in our school's history that an ensemble had been selected to IBA. And although, ladies and gentlemen, that concert doesn't get to happen, West Lyon will always be the 2020 IBA band. Jazz band got rolling shortly after marching band ended, and was another great year of participation. Over 70 students made up 3 jazz ensembles. Many students playing on second instruments. Both of our competing jazz ensembles had excellent years. WL Jazz earned 4 competition titles and a 5th consecutive berth to the Iowa Jazz Championships had happened in April. This group was extremely hardworking and sounded outstanding. I can't predict what would have happened if we would have performed the names, but I have a pretty good idea and feeling that we would have been up towards the top. There were several individual honors as well this year. 10 of our students were selected into the Northwest Iowa Honor Band, and 2 students were selected into the All-State Band, actually the All-State Orchestra, with an additional student as an alternate. All in all, this year will go down in history as one of the greatest Westline band years of all time, top to bottom, every program. We move on now and recognize our outstanding class of 2020. This senior before, but that does not diminish the amount of talent, hard work, and effort that they have put in. This class, although it will be 9 members, will go down as one of the greatest classes Westline has seen, and we are proud to honor them this evening. First, Memory was performing with the marching band this year in Sheldon and Orange City in the snow. It was something that had never happened before, and it was an extremely cool experience for her. Her advice to underclassmen is to please not take any of this for granted. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Jenny Lynn Douglas.
Moving on to Lindsay Funky. Lindsay's parents are Jill and Dan Funky. Lindsay has been a member of the band for 8 years and a member of the choir for 6. Lindsay plans to attend Augustana University in the fall to major in biochemistry with a minor in Spanish. Being a member of the music program has meant the world to Lindsay. She has loved gaining so many new friendships with the members of each ensemble, as well as learning new music and getting to travel as part of the journey. Lindsay's favorite memory of being in the music program is winning the 2019 Festival Band Class 2A and following that with a 5th place finish in the evening finals. Lindsay's advice to underclassmen is to not let the stress or your own expectations ruin the joy and experiences that come from simply making music, win or lose, success or fail. Please don't take for granted the daily time you get to spend with your music teachers. You have no idea what the world will throw at you, and learning under their teaching every day is a blessing we will not have forever. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Lindsay Funky.
Moving on to Mr. Quinn Robert Forsman. Quinn's parents are Rob and Dory. Quinn has been a member of the band program for all 8 years possible. In the fall, he plans to attend Colorado Christian University to begin his track to a degree in the medical field. For Quinn, being in the band has meant a lot of fun. When asked what his favorite memory was, he answered sophomore year on the band trip when we were walking around the park on New Year's Eve and almost got kicked out by the security manager for having lightsaber battles with other security guards. He wants the underclassmen to always remember to have fun. You can work hard and be successful, and that is all wonderful. Remember to have fun along the way. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Quinn Robert Forsman.
Moving on to Todd Dispute. Todd's parents are Doug and Karen Dispute. Todd has been a member of the band for all 8 years possible. In the fall, he plans to attend Dakota State University in Madison and major in cyber operations. What has being in band meant to you? Todd answered, being a part of band has been really fun for me. Band has brought all of my friends together, and I have even met new ones that will hopefully carry on even after high school. Todd's favorite memory from band was when he realized that his car windows were down while it was pouring outside, and having to run out during band practice to close them. He then proceeded to come back in completely soaked, head to toe. His advice for underclassmen is that when Mr. Baldwin says one more time, he actually means he will repeat it until everyone does it right. My recommendation, do it right the first time. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Todd Whiskey.
Moving on to Adam Nava. Adam's parents are Thad and Wendy Nava. Adam has been a member of the band for 8 years and a member of the choir for 3. He plans to attend Iowa State University in the fall to study ag business. For Adam, being a member of the music program at West Lyon has meant making many friendships that he would not have made without them, along with having the opportunity to play together as a whole and make a joyful sound. His favorite memory was the entire 2019 marching band season. Winning the Festival of Bands and then finishing 5th in the finals was something he will never forget. His advice to underclassmen is to enjoy every single minute that you have with each other, because it may disappear in the blink of an eye and you won't even know it. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Adam Nava. Moving on to Lydia Margaret Lee. Lydia's parents are Scott and Jennifer. Lydia has been in band for 8 years and choir for 6. In the fall, Lydia plans to attend Iowa State University and major in music education. When asked what being a member of the music program at West Lyon has meant to her, she answered that it has allowed her to grow not only as a musician, but as a person. She learned about values that apply to so much more than just music. Timeliness, respect, the value of hard work, responsibility, dependability, and so much more. Band and choir have opened up to me a family of my own at West Lyon, and they have allowed me an opportunity to make music with all of my best friends. When asked what her favorite memory was, she answered, performing with the marching band for the last time in Orange City, right in the middle of a huge blizzard. Another great memory was performing at the Iowa Jazz Championships for 4 years, and what would have been 5 if this year wasn't canceled. Her advice for underclassmen is to take advantage of this wonderful music family that you have been given. Make the most of every moment that you've been given with these people, because they'll be gone before you know it. Even though my senior year in music hasn't ended as planned, I will still cherish forever all of the memories in music that I have made at West Lyon. I will never forget the impact my music teachers and fellow students have made on my life, even though our time together was cut too short. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Lydia Margaret Lee.
Moving on to Henry Benjamin Vance. Henry's parents are Jerry and Lori Vance. Henry has been a member of the band for all 8 years possible. Immediately, Henry plans to join the workforce and work in agriculture. For Henry, being a member of the band program has given him the opportunity to find new friends and to show him that it doesn't matter where you're from, you can always do big things. His favorite memory was the inside jokes created during band that only the elite would know why they were all laughing. His advice is to enjoy the time that you have and have a blast. Also, as Mr. Balta would say, never take anything for granted. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Henry Holmes.
Mr. Tristan Spons. His parents are Daryl and Jeanette. Tristan has been in band for all 8 years possible, and in the fall he plans to attend SDI to train to work in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. For Tristan, being a member of the band program has meant that he has got to spend extra time with his friends and make awesome memories along the way. His favorite memory of being in band was the band trip to Florida. Having a professional recording of our music made was a highlight that he will never forget. His advice to underclassmen is to always be on time. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tristan Spons.
And finally, we have Miss Sylvie Behagan. Sylvie's parents are Kenny and Amy Stolten, and she has been in band for 8 years. Unfortunately, we were unable to gather any additional information for Sophie, but we still wanted to recognize her for her time spent with our music program. Thank you for your time, Miss Sophie Behagan.
On a personal note, when I came to West Lyon, these students that we just mentioned to you were in 7th grade. At that time, there were just 13 of them. And there was peer pressure around them to not stay in or vocal. For these students, though, they rose above that peer pressure. And they gave me everything, Mr. Denheisen and my previous fire directors, everything that they have. And they are just as responsible for all the successes that will happen in the future. And they'll know that they had on this program. Wherever you're at, could you please give a round of applause to our class of 2020.
All right. Moving right along with the awards for this evening. We start out with the Iowa Social Association Senior Award. The ICD Outstanding Senior Award is the award given yearly to a senior of the cohort who has demonstrated superior leadership, outstanding leadership, and personal growth in all aspects of the cohort. This year's recipient surely has demonstrated all of them. She has been a member of the Next Chorus and Women's Chorus for all 4 years of high school. She consistently assisted the person by accompanying pieces to concerts and to help sessions. If I ever need any extra leadership in rehearsal, she is someone who always feel great to help. And I can relax knowing the skills to lead confidently. She has been a wonderful leader in water section and has always been willing to work and take on extra responsibilities to better the choir. She has consistently taken solos and ensembles to contests and has shown great improvement in the local facility. She has been in the jazz choir for 4 years, sole senior this year. Also having earned an outstanding soloist award for her tenure in the jazz choir. She has demonstrated great leadership in her role as a senior in this program, and she will be greatly missed next year. So it is with great pleasure that I present the 2020 Iowa Choral Directors Association Outstanding Senior Award to Miss Lindsay Funky. Congratulations, Lindsay.
The Louis Armstrong Award started here at West Lyon 6 years ago with the hopes of inspiring further growth in the newly developed jazz program, as well as honoring someone who has given their heart and soul to the program as a whole. This year's recipient of the Louis Armstrong Award has done just that and much more. This young man has been the drummer for the top jazz ensemble for the last 3 years, and due to his hard work and dedication has become one of the very best in the surrounding area. He had a tall task set in front of him as a sophomore, replacing one of the best drummers West Lyon has ever had. But he rose to the occasion and hit that challenge head on. With outstanding teaching by Mr. Greg Forney and Mr. Jason Rather, he will go down as one of the best drum set players we will have here at West Lyon. Beyond this, however, his leadership, constant dedication, and love for music make him such a special human being that our band program as a whole will miss forever. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2020 Louis Armstrong Award recipient is Mr. Alec Nava. The Director's Award is given each year to a senior that has gone above and beyond with their commitment and work ethic towards bettering themselves as a musician and the program as a whole. This year's recipient is no exception. This student is the epitome of what a model student leader looks like. Between the time she spends preparing for all-state auditions, teaching piano lessons, rehearsing for vocal groups and ensembles, and schoolwork, she has always found time to be extra prepared for every rehearsal, both on her instrument and as a student leader. If students for years could model their work ethic after this young lady, it would be incredible, the result. Not only was this student a phenomenal leader, but she will go down as one of the best musicians to ever grace the halls of this school. As a freshman, we all knew that she had talent, but it was her hard work in the practice room that developed her into the musician she is today. Her accomplishments are numerous. Multiple perfect ballots at the IHSMA Solo Ensemble Contest, more than 20 Division I ratings at those same contests, multiple Outstanding Soloist Awards in the Jazz Ensemble, featured with the marching band as a soloist, She was a 4-year honor band member and a 2-year All-Stater on an instrument that is next to impossible to make All-State on. Some area directors have commented throughout the year to me that they will miss hearing the incredible sounds that this child produces. We more than feel the same here at West Lyon. The 2020 Directors Award recipient is flautist, drum major, and one heck of a human being, Lindsay Funk. Finally, the John Philip Sousa Award. Since 1954, thousands of high schools around the nation have honored their top senior musician with the John Philip Sousa Award. Here at West Lyon, we are in a special year because tonight will be the 50th recipient of the West Lyon John Philip Sousa Award. The pinnacle of achievement in a high school band program, the Sousa Award recognizes outstanding dedication and superior musicianship. The award has become a nationwide symbol of excellence and musical achievement. This year's recipient of the award will go down without question as one of the best musicians to ever go to school here at West Lyon. This student has been selected for numerous honor bands, has served as a section leader for our marching band for 4 seasons, played piano in the jazz ensemble for 5 years, principal clarinet in the symphonic band for 3, received over 25 Division I ratings at the State Solo Ensemble Contest, including 2 perfect scores, and is an all-state jazz pianist, and the only 4-year All-Stater our school has ever had. The last 2 years as a member of the top 0.5% of high school musicians in the state as a member of the orchestra, and this year, ladies and gentlemen, as the best clarinetist in the state of Iowa. On top of this, she has donated more than 100 hours helping any student that needs it on any instrument and of any age. She was the 2020 Northwest Iowa Major Landers Scholarship winner and will represent our district in Des Moines at the end of July. In addition to all of this, she is an accomplished writer, having works published by the West Lyon Herald and Fox News just this past month. She will be continuing her education to become a music educator herself next year at Iowa State University. The tandem that this young lady and Lindsay created as a duo might never be seen again in the same graduating class at West Lyon. Beyond all of those accolades, however, she is one of the most caring, loving, thoughtful, and mature young ladies that I have ever taught. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2020 John Philip Sousa Award winner, please give it up wherever you are for Miss Lydia Lee.
Well, for everybody who is joining us and wherever you are, thank you for one so much for joining us tonight to recognize our students, our seniors, and to give them a special night in this very strange time. I just want to say thank you, one, to all the parents for your wonderful support throughout this season. From the choral aspect of things, it is so wonderful to see growth in the program that struggled for so many years, and it is so nice to see parents and students and everyone coming together for the betterment of the program. I want to thank also the administration, custodians, our fellow colleagues, everybody who helps make this school what it is. You're always wonderful to work with throughout the whole year, and thank you so much for your support. And I want to thank the local music boosters this year, especially for your support and guidance. Through their financial help and their guidance as well, we were able to purchase several new things for the band program, as well as the administration's help. We were able to purchase new folders, a new folder case, a cover for the piano, and it is so wonderful for the students to be getting quality items for which to make their music with. So to everybody who has been a supporter of both of our programs throughout this whole year, we say sincerely thank you.
I would also like to thank everyone for their support of what has been an incredible year. Thank you to the fantastic teachers here at West Lyon that I've had the privilege to call colleagues. They are the real deal, ladies and gentlemen. Our students do not earn the exceptional ratings they have academically without them. Thank you to our administration, our principal, Mr. Doug Giskut, our elementary principal, Mr. Tim Snyder, our athletic director and activities director, Mr. Jeremy Childress, and our superintendent, Mr. Sean Creamer, for your continued support and guidance of music education in our schools. A special thank you to Mr. Jeremy Childress for setting up tonight's live stream and making this all possible. And also special thank you to Mr. Doug Dushku for running the camera and computer tonight behind. Also, Grant Robinson is running our lights for us, and Shayla Besson came in to run the slideshow. I would also like to thank all of our band boosters for all of the work you continually do for our kids. I'd like to especially thank Mrs. Leah Boat and Mr. Scott Lee for their incredible service as our leaders this year. Beyond that, however, our parents that assist us all year round are the best around. Building props for marching band, attending marching band competitions, jazz band competitions, riding the buses with us, working the concession stand during the long basketball season. Everything that you do, ladies and gentlemen, we could not have the success without you. Our parent group is the best around. Thank you so very much. I would also like to thank and congratulate my colleagues, Mr. Jacob Benheisen, Ms. Tina Johnson, and Mrs. Lynette Wiedeking. All had fantastic years of teaching, and on today, Teacher Education Appreciation Day, I would like to say that I appreciate them just as much as I appreciate the rest of my colleagues here at Westland. Your hard work is why we are so lucky to call ourselves one of the best schools for music education around. Thank you and congratulations finally to all of our students. Ladies and gentlemen, all of the work and effort that you did this year did not and has not gone unnoticed. You are being talked about all around the state of Iowa from our tiny little corner here in Northwest Iowa. Congratulations again, kids. Finally, thank you to our incredible senior class. This is not the way it was supposed to end, nor should it have ended this way, but it did. And just like everything else that you've done here at West Lyon, you made the best of whatever situation you were in. I don't think I could ever thank you enough for what you have given me in this program, and I mean that from the very bottom of my heart. Thank you, class of 2020, for everything. For Mr. Jacob Benheisen and myself, thank you for tuning in. We cannot wait, and honestly, I mean this, we cannot wait for the day we get to have all of you back in our classrooms again, making wonderful music together. Hopefully that is as soon as the fall of 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, take care and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you for tuning in.